afternoon, guys. How you doing today? That was the best one I have had all day. I've done 3 shows today, and you guys were the loudest ones. I didn't even have to ask a second time. That's awesome. Well, have you guys been enjoying your day at the zoo? Isn't it just beautiful outside? It's fantastic. This is the best weather we've had in forever. Well, how many of you guys have been to the Animal Encounters Village before? Anyone?
Awesome.
A few of you. That's cool. That's cool. Well, I don't know if you guys know this, but we have the coolest job in the world. Yeah, we have the coolest job. We get to come out here and bring really sweet animals out here for you guys to pet and take pictures with and interact with. And today, this is our last show of the day, we are doing an Australia show, which I told them I think they should change it to the Down Under English show. Anybody think that's cooler than just Australia? I kind of like it. It's got a ring to it. But we are going to bring out 4 really cool animals from Australia to show you guys. And after the show, we're going to bring them on out, and a lot of you guys are going to go with pets. So we're going to get started with a cold-blooded animal from the desert area of Australia. Now, can anybody tell me what cold-blooded means? Cold-blooded? Right, exactly, right. He can't produce his own body heat, so he has to be out in the heat in order to warm up. That was right on. Here's a ride pass for Junior Jack's landing for you. Yeah, good job. All right, well, the animal that just came out the door, being handled by a stall over there, is a bearded dragon. Now, bearded dragons aren't as ferocious as their name might imply, but they are really, really cool. They have a lot of amazing adaptations that allow them to survive in the harsh environment that is Australia. Well, if you're a small lizard like that, you're going to be prey to a lot of really big predators that are looking for an easy snack. And the bearded dragons have developed a very, very interesting technique to ward away predators. If someone comes up to our bearded dragon Pip here and decides that they want to try and eat him, and they stick him in his mouth, it just so happens that Pip is covered head to toe with spikes. Lots and lots and lots of sharp spikes, and when he comes out after the show, you guys can pet those spikes and feel them. They're actually really cool. Some of them are kind of squishy and rubbery, others are really bristly and tough. And if someone were to try and swallow him, they wouldn't be able to get him down his throat. It would hurt really, really bad and force the animal to cough that bearded dragon back up, and he can live another day. Well, if he sees the predator coming, he has another really cool adaptation that he uses. He's not just called a bearded dragon for nothing. They actually have beards. Now, they are kind of spiky when they're not angry, but when they get angry or when they're confronted by a predator, the beard turns jet black and he puffs it out really, really big and opens his mouth and starts hissing at the predator. The inside of their mouth is black, and they have really, really dark blue tongues. Now, that dark blue tongue is going to serve 2 purposes. The first is it's going to make the bearded dragon look a lot more ferocious because it's got really, really bright coloring, and the contrast with that mouth is going to try and use that to scare away the predator. The other thing is reptiles use their tongues to pick up scents. They use it to search for food or to look for other bearded dragons, whoever might be in their territory. And a blue tongue helps to keep their tongue from getting sunburned. They're sticking it out into the sun all day, and you know, if you had a pink tongue, I don't know if any of you guys have gotten sunburned today or not, but getting sunburned is not a lot of fun. And the bearded dragon has found a way to get around that by turning his tongue blue. So, you know, yeah, if you look at him, he actually has his beard nice and black right now. It's pretty cool. But yeah, this has been Pip, our bearded dragon. Michelle here is going to go ahead and introduce the next crazy animal that we've got coming in the down.
That's right. Next we have coming out a very small little visitor.
Where is he? Does anybody know where he is? Oh, there he is.
So this is Yogi, and Yogi is a sugar glider. You might have seen Yogi in the other part of the zoo over in the Australia section. He's actually in the nocturnal building. That's because they are nocturnal. Does anybody know what that means? Nocturnal? You have a clue? What does it mean? That's right, they're active at night and they sleep during the day. Tell you what, 2 ride passes for you.
Alright, yeah, he's a winner.
So that's right, Yogi is nocturnal, and when Jess comes around, you can see he has big eyes. And that's because there's not very much light coming out at night, and so he has to use all the light he can into his eyes in order to see. His ears are also really big. And when it's dark outside, you can use those ears to find his food he likes to eat. Lots of different things. So like I said, he's called a sugar glider, right? So there's two parts of that name. The first part of that name is sugar. And he gets that name because he has a sweet tooth. This guy doesn't eat chocolate or anything like that. He doesn't have ice cream over there in Australia. But he does like to eat flowers and nectar. And here, one of his favorite foods is grapes. He loves sugary stuff. And the second part of that name is glider. If you look at him, he has like a nice stripe running between his arm and his leg. And that is actually a nice big flap of skin. So he can go up to the top of a tree and spread that out and catch the wind and glide on over to the next tree. He can glide like a parasite, using that big flap of skin to kind of catch the wind and get on over to his next little place in the trees up there. So Jess is going to finish coming around with Yogi. He also has a great tail to help him guide himself in the wind. And he's going to go ahead back in, and we're going to bring out our next animal for Levi to try.
Yes, we are. I have the luck
Daddy, be right here.
being able to talk about two reptiles. I love reptiles. Reptiles are awesome. And the next one that comes out is also a small little lizard. Now, small lizards are easy prey.
We have one that was like
So they have to devise interesting and creative ways to try and protect themselves, to give them a second chance at life kind of thing. And JT here is a shingle-backed skink. Now, shingleback, again, it's not really a pun. His back is made out of what looks like shingles. Big plates that wrap one over the other. Now, these plates are made out of keratin, which are the same things that our fingernails and our hair are made of. But JT's shingles are made out of a lot thicker keratin. And he used this as kind of like an armor. So if a bird were to come up and try and peck at him, that armor is going to help protect him and keep his vital organs and everything that he needs to stay alive, protected and okay. Now the other really cool thing that JT has to try and give him a second chance at life for predators that come at him is his tail. Now while PJ is walking around here, you might want to take a look at his tail. He's got a really wide, fat tail. Now, if you're a bird flying up in the air and you're looking down at this lizard, you see a big fat head and a big fat tail, you're not really going to be able to tell the difference between which is the head and which is the tail. So there's a 50-50 chance that the bird is going to go and grab the tail to try and pick up the lizard. Well, JT's got that covered. His tail is actually going to pop right off when the bird comes, and he's going to be able to run away, try and live another day, and that tail's going to sit there wiggling on the ground to try and distract the bird so that, you know, he doesn't run after the lizard that's scared out of his way. But JT is another, you know, he's a really cool lizard. He lives in the brushland. He's a little different than a bearded dragon. He likes to live in the desert. So his color pattern is going to try and help him blend in to leaves or dark dirt, things like that. But he is also a herbivore, just like our bearded dragon is. But his mouth is a lot bigger than our bearded dragons, and he uses that to eat extremely large fruits. That's what he likes to eat. He loves fruits, he loves lots and lots of greens, and his big mouth is going to help him swallow down lots and lots of things. So I remember we were talking about the bearded dragon, how he has a black mouth and a really dark tongue. Well, JT has the exact same thing. When he's walking around, if you can look, he might flick out his tongue. And you can see that he has the same dark blue tongue used to protect his tongue from the UV rays as well. Well, this is JT, and he is one that you guys are going to be able to pet when he comes back out. And coming up last is probably my favorite animal from down under. Sometimes they can be a little obnoxious, but they're pretty cool.
I like them. Jen's going to bring out her Mackie, the laughing kookaburra. He's a great little guy here. So we were talking earlier about birds eating lizards, right? Well, this is one of the guys who's going to eat lizards, and he has a great way of doing that. You see, he doesn't have really sharp talons or really sharp beak like other birds of prey. So what he's going to do is he's just going to take the lizard, he's going to grab it by the tail, and he's going to whack it on a rock a bunch of times. And this serves a couple purposes. First of all, the lizard's going to die, so it's not going to be really hard to swallow down. And then also, it breaks up all the big bones that are in there, so you can just swallow it down in one piece. So you swallow it down whole. And so it's like a lizard jello in there. You just slurp it up, and it's a great little snack. Now, my favorite part here about Mackie is that he has a great call. And It actually is not such a great thing for all the people who live in Australia. They're also called the bushman's alarm clock because every morning in the brushland, all the kookaburras are going to wake up. And they're going to look around and they're going to say, hey, I got this great tree here and I got all these lizards around here. This is my spot and I don't want any other kookaburras to have it. So they're going to let out this great call that says, hey, you guys stay away from my tree and my lizards, and you have your own space. The other kookaburras all say, hey, yeah, I got this great tree and I got some lizards, and you just stay away from mine. And so they all start calling all at the same time, 5 or 6 in the morning. That would not be fun, huh? Waking up every morning to a bunch of kookaburras screaming outside. But I think his call is really, really funny. And that's also why they're called the laughing kookaburra, because he sounds like he's laughing. Now, does anybody have a really funny joke they can tell? Anybody? Oh, and here's the take. Why? Maggie's like, oh, Maggie, that's funny. He doesn't think Jen's that funny. I'm an idiot. Maggie's kind of sad mood today. So this is Maggie, our laughing kookaburra. And all of our animals are going to be back out after the show, and you can get a chance to get up close and personal and touch some of them. So thank you for coming to our Animal Encounters Village for our Australia show. We hope to see you back again. We're going to be open all summer, have different animals out, and all of our shows are different every day. So thank you again for coming, and have a great afternoon. Come out and touch some of these animals, and we'll see you later.
Have a good day, guys.
Why does it say that it was at 5?
This will be a whole 10 minutes.